makes a little mistake, and the end results can be catastrophic.
Last year, it was lap 9 in this race. 18 cars were involved, and it certainly affects who finishes, who survives. If it's not Junior, who's the guy to watch today for the win?
And then Roger, you're telling me Michael Waltrip.
All right, and in the championship points race, Michael Waltrip waiting the big one. Whether it will happen or not, we'll keep an eye on it, Mike Joy.
It's not inevitable. Mark Martin won here in '97 with only one car. Field wads up behind them.
Mike, you race at so many other racetracks where a little contact doesn't hurt anything. Here, a little contact creates situations like this.
Now, a 737 takes off and lands at, what, 135, 140 miles an hour? Somewhere in that, around 160 miles an hour, excuse me. We're running nearly 200 miles an hour. So these cars, NASCAR's done all they can to keep them on the ground, but, well, you see what happens.
And you see most of these big...
It'll be 17 laps to go, and they come...
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Around goes the 38, the 4, the 1, the 33.
Look out pit road, look out
the
pit road, look out pit road.
The 46, the 95,
Johnny
and the
Benson.
12.
You know, that's a place we've not normally seen the big wreck break out right in the middle of the tri-oval.
I believe with this package that through the tri-oval, when people get under you, it just loosens you up just enough to get you sideways.
Mike Bliss, Casey Kane climbs out of his car. He's okay. That's the car that ended up against the pit wall. Tim Fedewa's car still wrecked in the grass. At lap 100, 17 laps to go. Fedewa has put the window net down, so he'll be able to climb out. There's Ashton Lewis with damage to the rear. And the right front down, Dick Berggren.
With Casey Kane just got out of his car, what was it like out there?
It was fun all day. It was
No, I mean just now.
racing. It was great racing, but oh no, I saw a couple cars hit, and I knew I was going to be involved in it. And it's too bad. We had a good car. I got back there a little bit. I was trying to work my way back through, but tough day.
We're glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thanks, Casey.
Car's done. That one along with Tim Fedewa and Mike Bliss. Those cars look like they're finished for the day. There's damage to the rear of the 46 of Ashton Lewis, among others. Let's see what happened here. Coming into the tri-oval to complete lap 100. Bottom of your screen.
Like Mike Wallace got a little bit loose right there like you talked, Darrell, and then came back up into the car that was on the outside
Yeah,
of it.
he bounced off a biffle, and when he did, there was a car under him, and they got together, and then away they went.
Of course, half the field's behind him here shortly after a restart.
Boy, everybody jacked up from behind him.
Tell you what, the tri-oval here, I know people, you know, you just don't realize how you're going 190 mile an hour through a tri-oval that's got 14 degrees of banking. It can suck you around in a hurry.
This would be looking from like pit road.
Casey Kane turned around.
Typical Talladega wreck.
Yep.
2 cars get together, 12, 13 cars end up being victims.
Now Benson slammed up into the wall, and Bliss.
Well, watch that
Hard to
38
grasp.
car go all the way across pit lane and slam right into it right there.
In real time. Let's have another look.
And in real time, that means at 190 plus miles per hour. That was riding with Ashton Lewis. Looked like at one point he almost made it through the wreck.
Man, those are hard licks.
Into the safer barrier. And driving away. Jason Keller.
He was one of the lucky ones. He made it through. Remember, Jason was one of the ones at the beginning of the race had the strategy of staying behind everybody to try to see if they could get out of the big wreck.
Here are the cars involved in the wreck. Benson, Wallace, Fedewa, Bliss, Grissom, and Kane. There's Kane's car. Lewis, Compton, and David Keith. Now, more than half of those cars were able to drive away. I'm going to add Paul Menard to that list, the 33 who spun down to the grass off of Benson. Now watch the 38 of Kane. He's up against the outside wall. just to show you how much speed they're carrying through here. Misses everybody. Comes to rest against the inside wall. From Dale Jr.'s pit, they see it unfold.
Preach to my guys, no matter where you're at, never turn your back on that racetrack.
Johnny Benson's car under repair. Dick Bergman.
And what they're trying to do here, Mike, is just get this car fixed enough so that Benson can make one more lap. That would give him additional points over those cars which cannot make that additional lap. So if they can get this thing to run and just make a lap, it's going to be worth some championship points to Benson, and that is the point of what they're doing.
Yeah, and he just had moved in the top 10 in points after the Nashville race a couple of weeks ago. He was in 10th.
We'll be back to sort things out and get restarted. We still have 15 laps to go here in Talladega. Fourth caution of the day. It's for the big one in the tri-oval. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. Welcome back to Talladega, where Martin Truex Jr. is the leader. We are inside of 15 laps to go, working the fourth caution of the day for a multi-car crash in the tri-oval. Jeannie?
And standing by Mike Bliss. I guess for you it was just wrong place, wrong time. You're telling me you just saw smoke, and then before you know it, you're standing here.
Yeah, we, you know, the Rockwell Mason Chevrolet was good, just like everybody else. We could go to the front, go to the rear, and go back to the front. But I was just kind of, you knew it was going to start getting hairy because it was time to go, and we were starting to move up. And I saw coming through the tri-oval smoke, and a car turned, and I let off the gas, and I got hit in the rear. And you just, the whole race been pretty clean. We were all just kind of behaving, and then it was time to go, and you kind of didn't expect it, but you just hoping it wouldn't happen, but it happened.
Disappointing finish, but I'm glad to see you're doing okay.
All right, thanks.
Well, Jeannie, there was reason not to expect it. We've had several looks at the different replays trying to find the cause of this incident, Darrell.
If you watch this car right down here at the bottom of the screen, this purple car, when we come through the tri-oval, you see these guys back here 1, 2, 3 wide already. Mike Wallace is starting to say, okay, I got this guy down here in my way, and the hole is closing. As this car comes up, Mike runs out of room, and he gets into the side of Biffle, bounces off of Biffle into the purple car, and that's what caused the wreck.
That's Jimmy Kitchens, who was 5 laps down at the time, trying to hold the bottom of the racetrack down on the inside, which is where the lap cars are supposed to be, but not getting quite far enough to the inside. And what a mess. Interested spectator up here joining us in the booth after a trip next door with the NASCAR folks is Jimmy Spencer.
It's only fair. I got Larry and Jeff. They gang up on me all the time. I need a driver buddy. I got a driver buddy.
I'm here, DW. You know that. I've watched so many times. Hammond, he never lets you go. And this guy picks on you every time he can. Mike, you're the only guy. You try to keep peace. I know that.
Well, you know what's fun about deals? If you've only got 4 or 5, maybe you can. Those 2 right side tires only. But he's driving the wheels off of it.
He had 8 there just a second ago. He had his 4 deal down.
That's 2 wide behind him. Michael's starting to work an outside lane, 3 cars back.
I actually think that Hornaday's trying to figure out how to do this. He's lifted a little bit, if you noticed, at the end of the straightaway, trying to get a run. I don't know if he can do it on his own. I don't think he can.
Well, he better figure it out soon. 2 to go this time. The top 4 single file. They put about 5 car links back there to that group that's 3 and 4 wide.
Oh, around goes Boyer off the bumper of Hamilton, who takes another car into the wall with him.
Now, caution is out. The field is frozen with 2 to go. As long as they maintain caution speed up there, Martin Truex Jr. will be the winner of this race. The field is frozen right now at the point of caution.
Bobby Hamilton Jr. got into the back of the car that went sideways and spinning. And here is Jr. pushing Martin Truex. He may push him all the way to victory lane.
Martin thinks he's got a flat tire. Dale Jr. got him jacked up off the ground.
But one thing for sure, the DEI organization, they have an awesome, awesome super speedway program. You can't take nothing away from them.
We'll check on Clint Boyer. Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Tony Raines got right into the middle of that. He was having a top 12 run when he got caught up.
Slow it down, just slow it down. They can't pass you.
Boyer got away.
He got away. He slid all the way down on the inside there, but he got away. The white and the yellow.
White flag. The red flag rule was 5 to go.
Which means that they would not restart the race. You see, Hamilton got below the line, and as he came back up, he got into Boyer. And there's Raines in the wall.
Mike Wallace is still going to end up with a 12th place finish, it looks like, even after being involved in that first accident.
Grissom's involved in that in the 36, and Tracy Hines in the 6.
When I watch the 25 car, though, as we watch it again, let's watch this.
That's the red car, bottom of your screen.
3 wide in front of him.
This is through the tri-oval.
Michael in the middle. He gets a run down underneath the Boyer. He's below the yellow line, and that's the whole point of the yellow line, is to keep us from doing that right there.
I tell you, the saving grace on the 21 car, every time he goes backwards, just look, those roof flaps deploy.
Now watch the first red car in line on the inside. There he goes.
He could have used better judgment there.
Yeah, I mean, there was no room.
Oh, and he took himself out in 3 or 4 more.
Yep, he took Tony Raines, the car behind him in the wall. Awful. Tracy Hines sideways, the number 6.
Yeah, the Ragu.
And Steve Grissom.
All the guys that you really pull for to have good finishes, they get taken out on the last lap.
Ride with Jay Keller. Ron Hornaday's crew. See, Hamilton Jr. turned sideways and up in the wall because when he lost his forward momentum after getting Boyer, he got hit by Nemechek.
And of course, even though it looks like Ron Hornaday will finish 3rd, the crew's reaction was they wanted that lap and a half shot at these guys.
I think that he was going to be third place car.
The outcome was inevitable, wasn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah, once Junior got himself back to Martin, I think that you're right, Darrell, that he's got his owner back there pushing.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't. You had to pass 2 cars, not 1.
That's
Dale
right.
Jr. was not going to let that happen.
Nope.
And, you know, hey, man, they have built a heck of a team.
Can Dale Earnhardt Jr.